Hey, I'm trying to get in contact with my man, Peter Griffin.
Hey there, Peter Griffin. My friends call me Peter for short.
Hey, what's going on, Peter? I heard from you in a minute.
Hey, aren't you Richard Simmons?
No, I ain't no Richard Simmons, man. This is Kevin Dunn, man. I gotta ask you a quick question real quick.
Hey, aren't you Richard Simmons' best friend? Richard Simmons?
Nah, nigga, I told you this is Kevin Dunn. I gotta ask you about this problem I got real quick.
Well, Richard Simmons, how's it going?
All right, whatever, man. I'm Richard Simmons. All right, let me be Richard Simmons.
No, I'm Peter Griffin.
No, I said I'm Richard Simmons, man. I know you Peter Griffin, man. Can you just answer a question for me?
Yeah. Go on.
Quick question, right? My man got fired and shit, you know what I'm saying, from this man team because he like white women. You know what I'm saying? What's going on with that, man? You know, could you help me figure out what I needed, my next step in pursuing that?
All right, get out of here, you little bastard.
No, I'm serious, man. He really fired that nigga for that. I couldn't believe it. I think I could go, call a lawyer and sue, but I wasn't quite sure. What you think, man?
You're right, it is.
Yeah, well, thanks, man, for little or no help. You know what I'm saying? You didn't really do too much.
Yeah, I guess not.
But anyway, yeah, I think I'm gonna call my local senator. Call a senator and see what they got to say about it. But you know what? Thanks, Peter. Thanks for your time. I'm out of here. Appreciate it. I'm gonna hit you later. No, you was funny as shit. All right, man. I'm gonna holler at you. After talking to my man Peter Griffin, as you can see, was no help. You know what I'm saying? I decided to get on the phone. Let me call my girl Judge Judy. We ain't going for this, man. You know what I'm saying? We ain't rocking like that. He fired my man Anderson for nothing. We're taking this to court. Let me see what my girl Judge Judy got to say about this. Hey, Judge Judy. How you doing today?
Good. Tell me your name.
Oh, my name is Kevin. I had a quick question for you,
How old are you?
How old am I? Does that make a difference? You know what I'm saying? I just wanted to...
Do you go to school?
Yeah, I'm in school, but I just had to ask you a quick question, right?
Yes.
Somebody has been fired, right, from the job because they preferably like white girls, you know what I'm saying? So, I'm trying to figure out, do I have a lawsuit in hand with that, or is that right?
That's baloney. It doesn't make sense.
I know that's the same thing I said, but he tried to say it's because he don't like white girls and woo-doo-woo, he had to get rid of them,
There is no excuse for that.
Well, Judge Judy, if you could talk to this guy, if you could say anything to this guy, what would you say to him? A little word of advice.
Is there anything you want to do about it? You can apologize. How's that? Try for an apology.
Yeah, he definitely needs to do that. But, stuff like this shouldn't be taped, man. So, what would be your course of action, consequences behind, him firing this man because he like white women?
And you were incarcerated for a period of time, is that right?
Nah, man, he wasn't never locked up, I don't think, But anyway, I gotta get on, to with the rest of my thing. Thanks, Judge Judy. You've been a lot of help. Maybe we could take him on that show. But anyway, thanks, and I'll holler at you later.
Goodbye.
All right, after talking to my girl, Judge Judy, as you can see, she feels that we got a lawsuit, you know what I'm saying? So, I think me and my man Anderson going to take this to court, Jamal, we see you in court, man. Fire my man unjustifiably, you know what I'm saying? But just when you think it's over, I got another surprise guest for you. This might take this league by surprise. King of the board, nigga, don't ever forget that. Hello, today we have a special guest. I'm going to let her introduce herself.
Hello, everyone. My name is Cynthia Dunn. I am a director for Equity, Diversity, and Inclusion Division for the Internal Revenue Service, Tax-Exempt Government Entities Division.
So, you are a mother of two?
Yes, I am a proud mother of two sons, Kevin Jerome Dunn Jr. and Jamal Lewis Dunn. And I'm proud to say that I am a single parent and I raise my children. I've been divorced from their father for 20 years now.
Well, I'm going to ask you a question outside of your work. I know you're not a lawyer or anything, but you work with a lot of discrimination cases. Quick question for you. What do you think somebody should do if they've been kicked off, been fired from a job because of who dating interracial?
Oh, that's a good question, because that is grounds for discrimination based on someone's race. That is one of the bases that EEOC mandates as a possible discrimination complaint. If that person feels that they've been fired because they are dating someone outside of their race, they need to come to my office. We sit down and we have an informal interview with that person. Again, we'll gather the facts. We'll listen to all the allegations that are being made. And then my office is responsible is to go back and actually look at, why was he or she fired? We need to talk to the firing manager to find out if they have a legitimate reason as to why they were fired. If that manager does not have a legitimate reason, then we move forward with the possible complaint of discrimination. But a lot of times managers keep pretty good records and they can show proof that this person was fired based on their inability to either perform their duties and responsibilities versus because they're dating interracially.
All right, but if it came down to it was actually fired because of no grounds, what do you think should be done to the boss that's had him fired?
Well, they definitely should have some type of disciplinary action taken against them. But again, it's important that you do your research and you do your fact-finding, because the worst thing that can happen is that you discipline that boss and then later it comes out that he really did have a legitimate reason as to why to fire that employee. But after all the research is done and all the reports have been filed, and it does show a pattern or show some sort of discrimination based on that, then that boss needs to be disciplined. And I am the person that normally come up with the type of disciplinary action that should be taken. And it can be as low as an informal reprimand, meaning a letter goes into his drop file for a number of years. And we can also dock pay. People hate to have their pay docked. And if more serious offenses, we may even have like a pay period with no pay due, leave without pay.
So under no circumstances is discrimination right, is what you're saying?
Oh, absolutely. We have a zero tolerance policy that I wrote, EEO and diversity policy statement, where we have a zero tolerance policy against discrimination. It will not be permitted in the workplace at all.
All right, knowing that you have two sons now and both of them have, work, what would be your advice to one of your sons if you found out that one of them had fired somebody because of discrimination?
I would make sure that they do their homework, because when you fire someone, that's a serious, serious action. And before you take such action, you need to make sure that you have all your ducks in a row, meaning that you have all the proper paperwork that you need to substantiate that firing.
Paperwork? My man Anderson ain't getting no paperwork. But you know what? Let's go back to his interview.
So what if I told you that somebody worked for your youngest son was fired because he was dating a Caucasian woman? What would you say to that?
I would say make sure you have the right documentation. You can't go by, in my line of work, you cannot go by hearsay. I always say that there's always three sides to every story. It's the person who's complaining, it's the alleged harasser, and then there's the truth, somewhere in between the two. So you need to make sure you have everything in writing, you have proper paperwork to back up what you're saying is true. Because that's what the courts will look at. When it's time to go to court, and stand up in court and you have to face your harasser, you're going to need some type of documentation. You're going to need proof other than hearsay.
But what if it was caught on tape of him saying that that was actually the reason why he fired?
Oh, well, that's direct evidence. If you have someone admitting guilt on tape, then that is a very, very good proof that you have actual documentation and you actually have a video of them admitting to doing it. Then I would definitely say go forward with the complaint of discrimination on the basis of race. And most likely that case will be won if you have direct evidence of them actually agreeing to that they did do that on the basis of discrimination.
So what kind of action should be taken against the manager if they caught him on tape actually, discriminating on this guy because he was dating a Caucasian woman?
All agencies as well as private sector have their own disciplinary actions. We at the Internal Revenue Service actually have a disciplinary guidebook to guide managers as to what actions you need to take versus the allegations. I feel, and this is my personal opinion, if a manager was caught on tape saying that they fired someone because they were dating outside their race, at the minimal, that manager need to be reprimanded and maybe sit at home and think about what he said without pay. And I would say about a 2-week non-pay due.
Hey, yo, we need to get one of these commissioners, man. His own mother said 2 weeks suspended. Get this nigga out the league for 2 weeks. We not playing. We going to the top. We want our money. Team DMV, you done messed up by putting that video out. We going straight to the lawyer. Like my man Anderson said. Matter of fact, Anderson, you tell him one more time.
Damn team in the league. My contract has been voided from DMV boss. We will win the championship. We will hold the championship in your face, and we will win according to all those ones who wanted me out the league. Guess what? I'm not going to say I'm back. I'm going to say a new champ.
We blowing money fast on this side, nigga. Catch up, nigga. Catch up. I think I'm Big Meech. Larry Hoover, whipping work, hallelujah, one nation, under God, real niggas getting money from the fucking start. I think I'm Big Meech, Larry Hoover, getting work, hallelujah.